time when someone did something wrong to you or did you wrong?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think one, just a quick one, when I was in 3rd grade, me and my buddy Russell were outside playing at recess. He had just brought this brand new Frisbee, and I was holding the Frisbee, and the kid, Jeff, took the Frisbee right before we were going back into the classroom and threw it as hard as he could out into the field, right? So like me and Russell, we go chasing into the field after this Frisbee, and we hit a patch of mud, and we fall in this mud, and we're completely muddy, and had to spend the rest of the day in the office. And it took me a long time to get over that. So Jeff, if you're watching this video, I forgive you, buddy, but you did me wrong.
When I had a time that someone did me wrong was actually my sister. We were going to this event and she didn't tell me that there was going to be food, and I have food allergies, and whenever there's gonna be food, I bring something so then I can eat it, and then she can eat it or whatever. So we went to this event and there was food, and I was like, hey, like, did you know that there was food? And she's like, yeah, I did. And I was like, oh, like, why didn't you tell me? And then later on, I see her pull something out of her bag, and it was food for herself that I could not eat, and she didn't think to tell me or pack me food either, and I was quite frustrated, and I felt like she did something wrong to me. And that is my story. I forgive her now, and she's all good.
One time on my birthday, my mom got me a chocolate chip cookie cake. Only thing is, I absolutely hate chocolate. I'm still upset about it today.
Okay, there's probably many times, but my memory has forgotten most of the times when someone's done something wrong to me, or it's such a big deal that like it took a lot of healing. But something small that tends to happen that makes me kind of upset and frustrated just for a moment is when I'm driving in my car and someone like either cuts me off or runs a red light and kind of puts my safety in question. And so I absolutely hate when someone else is driving and they don't care about the people around them, and they're kind of like potentially could do something wrong to me or to those around them as they drive. I did have a car accident one time when someone cut me off, and that was really, really hard. And I hit their car, and they didn't know that it was their fault, so they were mad at me, but they were the ones that did the bad thing to me. It was really sad.
Hey kids, it sounds like our leaders and myself definitely have some people in their life that they need to forgive. Luckily for them, we are starting a brand new series called Forgive You. It's all about one of the most important elements of the life of an everyday Christian: forgiveness. Without forgiveness of our sins from God, there's no way any of us would be able to get into heaven. Thankfully, God provided a way for us to be forgiven when He sent Jesus to die for our sins on the cross. But even though we have been forgiven by God, that does not mean it is always easy for us to then forgive others. In fact, forgiving those who have hurt us is never easy. To find out a little more about that, I want you to watch this awesome video.
Hey friends, it's Sophia. I was just checking my schedule for my first semester at college. That's right, soon I'll be heading off to one of the coolest universities in the country. I've been thinking about what college life is gonna be like. No more bedtime, and I can stay up all night watching Netflix. Or studying, I guess. And cafeteria food. I heard they have an endless supply of pizza. At least that's the dream. Now let's talk about the not so fun part. Laundry. I'm not gonna have my mom there to help me. I mean, does anyone know how to separate laundry the right way? Before I head out for the real deal, I want to welcome you to a different university. Welcome to Forgive You. This series, we're learning all about one of the most important things as a Christian. Here at Forgive You, we're gonna dive into something far more exciting than pizza parties and laundry mysteries. We're gonna talk about the amazing world of forgiveness. Forgiveness can be tough. Have you ever been hurt by somebody before? Maybe someone at school said something to hurt your feelings. Maybe you had a bully that hurt you physically. Or maybe you've even been hurt by someone you love. We've all been hurt before. Forgiving someone that really hurt us can be hard. Trust me, I know. Yesterday, my little brother walked into the kitchen while I was trying to do my homework. When he walked by, he spilled orange juice all over my homework. I was so mad, I wanted to scream and yell. But instead, I chose to forgive him. I had a really hard time choosing to forgive my brother. But do you want to hear something crazier? There's a guy in the Bible named Joseph, and he had brothers way worse than mine. His brothers wanted to kill him. They threw him in a pit, sold him into slavery, and faked his death. You think orange juice on homework is bad? This guy had it rough. Today, you're gonna learn how Joseph responded to his brothers. So grab your notebooks and let's get ready for an awesome adventure. At Forgive You, we're not just learning how to get smart, we're learning how to forgive. Are you ready? Let's go!
Even though forgiving others is not easy, it is important that we learn what forgiveness is so that we can be sure to forgive others when we are hurt or when they hurt us. That is exactly what we're going to learn about today in today's Bible lesson. But right now, it's time to show you what you gotta know. What you gotta know.
Howdy, partners. My name is Alexis, and I'm here to tell you what you gotta know. I am so excited to be starting a new series called Forgive You. Today, we're learning to forgive people who are mean to us. So, every time you hear somebody ask you, what you gotta know? You tell them, I'll forgive everyone who does me wrong. Mr. Big Bacon, you are my best friend. Well, am I your best friend, Mr. Big Bacon? Oh, you are so mean, Mr. Big Bacon. We are so not friends anymore. No way, I am not forgiving you this time. Okay, you're right. I forgive you, Mr. Big Bacon. Best friends forever. We gotta always forgive people, even when they hurt our feelings. So, every time you hear somebody ask you, what you gotta know? You tell them, I'll forgive everyone who does me wrong. And that right there is what you gotta know. This is Alexa saying, yeehaw!
Hey, Daryl, fax me over that selfie we took the other day. Oh, hey there, boys and girls. My name is Kent. Kent Heria. I'm 111 years old and I'm a little bit hard of hearing, but I'm here to teach you today's power verse. Today's power verse says, make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Colossians 3:13a. What a wonderful power verse that was. Now, I need you to help me say it, but I need it to be loud. Remember, I'm hard of hearing. If you can stand up and say the power verse with me and get my loudometer all the way up to 10, we get to do something fun to my nephew. Brody said he wants to get a tickle. All right, here we go. Stand up and say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Colossians 3:13a. Pretty good, but I still can't hear you. Get it? Now, we're going to do it one more time, but this time I need it to be loud. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Colossians 3:13a. Great job, everybody. You can have a seat. Hey, here comes my nephew now. Hey there, Brody.
Uncle Kent, my name is Odie.
Oh, whatever. Hey, listen, you remember the other day when you told me you wanted to get a tickle?
No. I never said I wanted a tickle. When I was ordering my sandwich, they asked what I wanted on it, and I said, a pickle, not a tickle.
Well, I heard tickle, and I already promised the kids, so...
Stop!
You should do. Oh, I tell you what, that was so much fun. Thank you for helping me with the power verse. Until next time, I'll see you, but I can't hear you.
Today's Bible story is found in Genesis chapters 37 through 45. We're going to look at the life of Joseph. We begin with Joseph receiving a coat of many colors from his father, Jacob. Joseph was his father's favorite son, and Joseph's brothers did not appreciate it. Joseph's brothers were angry at him, and they plotted against him. They ended up selling him as a slave to some passing traders. Joseph went through a lot the next few years. To make a long story short, God used Joseph in a powerful way, and he ended up being placed as second in command in all of Egypt. Many years later, a famine came to the land where Joseph's family lived. They ended up traveling to Egypt to beg for food. The day finally arrived when Joseph's brothers arrived in Egypt. When they arrived, guess who was in charge of distributing the food? That's right, Joseph. But his brothers didn't recognize him. I'm sure Joseph remembered just how evil his brothers had been to him. Joseph could have had them killed right there on the spot. He could have had them sold into slavery just like they did to him. But that's not what he did. Joseph told all the attendants and officials, out, leave me with him. His brothers must have been wondering what was going to happen next. Had they made their leader mad? What was going to happen? Joseph brought his brothers in close to him and said, I am Joseph, the one you sold into slavery. Wow. Could you imagine what Joseph's brothers thought then? They probably thought they were going to be killed, but instead they were forgiven. Joseph forgave his brothers of every single thing they had done. Do you think it was easy for him to do that? Of course not. He hadn't forgotten the pain his brothers had caused him. He still remembered all the years he had spent in prison as a result of them selling him into slavery. He knew that they deserved to be punished for everything they had done to him. But instead of giving them what they deserved, he forgave them. Today, in your lesson, you are going to learn that you also need to forgive others who hurt you. It's never easy, but it is possible. With God's help, you can choose to forgive rather than taking revenge. Listen closely to today's lesson, and it can change your life.
How many of you have a little brother or sister? Yeah, I have a little brother. Has anything like this ever happened to you with your brother or sister? They asked to play with your favorite toy, but you said you didn't want them to play with it. Then they got mad at you for not letting them play with it, and it happened. They got so mad that they drew back their hand and smacked you right in the arm. It hurt so bad. How many of you have had that happen to you before? What did you want to do right then? Punch them, yell at them, call them a bad name. What you want to do is hit them back. Better yet, you want to get something really big and hit them with that, right? They hurt you really bad, so it's time for you to make them feel some pain too, right? Although we definitely have a tendency to want to hit back or to get revenge when someone hurts us, that is not what God teaches us to do, is it? Of course not. Don't hit back. Instead, do what Joseph did to his brothers in our Bible story. He didn't pay them back for what they did to him, did he? He didn't yell at them, have them beat up, or even have them thrown into prison. He could have, but he didn't. Instead, he chose to forgive. Forgiveness is the right thing to do when someone else hurts you. It doesn't matter if they hurt you physically, by hitting you, emotionally, by hurting your feelings, or any other way. You might say, Okay, I understand that forgiveness is important, but what exactly is forgiveness? Well, from Joseph's reaction, we can learn some very important lessons about forgiveness.
Forgiveness is not pretending like nothing ever happened. That might be hard, but truly, it's very true. How many of you like Legos? I love Legos. They're one of my favorite toys to play with, even as an adult. Doesn't matter how old I am. And today I actually brought to you something I just quickly created, and I'm very proud of it because if you look, I have a solid foundation, and then I also have this strong chimney type structure. It's kind of cool. It's gonna be really fun to be able to build onto.
Hey, Pastor Elizabeth.
Hi, Danielle.
What you doing?
I was just telling everyone about my Lego construction here.
Oh.
I have a couple of things that I still have to work on,
Okay.
but I'm
Okay.
doing it. It's pretty cool.
That looks really cool. Could I hold it?
No.
And like see it?
Nope. Because I don't want it to break.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't really want you to break it. I am still learning how to do good structures, and I can already tell this isn't as up to my speed as I really wanted it to be.
But I really, really want to hold your like Lego sculpture thing.
Well, you're not going to be helping me build it, so no. Yeah, I don't want you to hold it.
Well, you know what? If you don't get it, then no again!
Okay, that was a little more dramatic than I was expecting. Of anything happening, just telling Miss Danielle that I don't want her to touch my Lego set. Danielle really did something terrible to my creation. It's all over the floor. You may not be able to see it. But it's terrible, and I went from not wanting it to break to it completely being destroyed. And here's the thing. I need to forgive Danielle, right? I could just choose to ignore it and throw this away and not come back to it and not forgive her, but that's actually not forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't just forgetting and literally looking at the mess and going, well, it didn't really happen, so bye, or it didn't hurt me. No, the thing is forgiveness is deeper than that. Think back to Joseph's situation. When Joseph confronted his brothers, he said, I am Joseph, the one you sold into slavery. Joseph didn't say, I'm your brother, Joseph, let's go eat pizza. He didn't pretend like nothing had ever happened before that was wrong. He came out and said, you sold me into slavery. Just like I would have to go to Danielle and say, hey, you hurt my feelings because you broke my Lego set. Something we gotta keep in mind is that sometimes forgiveness isn't pretending we weren't hurt, but actually letting the person know you did something to me. So what are you forgiving someone for that you never really admitted was wrong or that you were hurt by? Here's the thing, there's more to this.
Forgiveness is not taking the blame for the wrong. Joseph did not say, hey guys, I know you sold me into slavery, but it was really my fault. I made you do it. I never should have, worn that fancy colored robe. See, a lot of times when we want to make peace with the person who has hurt us, we take the blame for everything that has happened. You should admit when you've done something wrong, but don't take the blame for someone else's wrongdoing. If you give someone else an excuse, they will take it and they will never learn from their mistakes. So I can't tell this person that it is my fault when it isn't. So what does the forgiveness actually look like? Well, let's look at what Joseph did. He ordered the Egyptian officials to bring food, clothing, and transportation. He told his brothers to go and get their father and their family and move to Egypt, and he would give them the best of everything in the country. It was the beautiful picture of what forgiveness really is.
Forgiveness is blessing those who hurt us. You might say, you mean I have to bless the very people who did me wrong? But they lied to me. They made fun of me. They hurt me. They don't deserve any blessings. That is true, but do we deserve any of the blessings that God gave us? Didn't we also do wrong to God by sinning? Yet he forgives us over and over again, doesn't he? We can follow Joseph's example. He forgave his brothers, blessed them, and never brought it up to them again.
Welcome to our Rewind Review. Today, our contestants are Mr. Connor and Pastor Elizabeth. Woo-hoo! And you guys are also can participate and try to yell out the answers if you know them and see how many you get right.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. All right, the first question is, what you gotta know today?
I'll forgive others.
I'll forgive. You got that right.
I'll forgive
Nope.
even those that hurt me.
No.
When they do me
close.
wrong.
Close. Yes. Yeah.
I'll forgive everyone who does me wrong.
Yes, exactly. That was a struggle, but we got it. We got it. So it's I will forgive everyone. Oh my goodness, now you're messing up. I will forgive everyone who does me wrong. Okay, next one. Did Joseph take revenge on his brothers?
Did he?
Yeah, did he? That's the question.
Did he?
Did he? Is the question. And the answer is no.
Yes, he did not take revenge on his brothers. Nope. Okay, what did Joseph tell the Egyptian officers or officials to do when he wanted to talk to his brothers?
Clear the room. Leave. Adios. Hasta luego.
Exactly. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Yes, exactly. So, Pastor Elizabeth has 2 points. Mr. Connor has 1 point. Let's continue. Okay. Who did Joseph tell the brothers to bring back to Egypt?
I remember it now.
His younger brother or his father? Or was it both?
Yeah.
His younger brother and his father.
Oh, it was both.
It was his family. It was to bring back his father and his family.
Okay,
So,
and his mom
yeah,
and everyone.
Yep,
Okay.
everyone.
Oh,
So it was bring
wow.
everyone and move them to
Oh yeah, 'cause
Egypt.
his younger brother was already there. Okay, yeah.
I needed to pay more attention.
So Pastor Elizabeth, 3 points. Mr. Connor has 2, 1.
I can still come back. I can still come back.
You can still come back.
can still come
You can still come back. Okay, ready.
She's good.
Next one is, did Joseph take the blame for what his brothers did?
No, he admitted it. Like he told them, hey, you sold me into slavery. He didn't hide it and think that was forgiveness.
Exactly. Correct. Okay, so Pastor Elizabeth has
good.
4 points. Mr. Connor is 1 point. Let's
this
see
was a team
if Mr.
game.
Connor
This is a
can
team
beat
game.
Pastor Elizabeth. Let's see. Okay, according to our lesson today, forgiveness is not blank, like nothing ever happened.
Sorry. Forgiveness is not acting like nothing ever happened.
No.
Oh.
actually.
It's not pretending.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes!
I should have known that.
Forgiveness is not pretending like nothing ever happened.
Did you get it the first time?
Yeah, did you? Mr. Connor has 2 points, Pastor Elizabeth has 4 points. Okay, according
I thought
to...
I had 5.
No, because you answered that one
4.
wrong.
No, I had 5.
Did she have 5?
I think
It
I
was
had
4
5.
to 1, and
I
she was
thought it
gonna
was 4.
get 5, but she answered
I
that
don't
wrong.
know. We're
Yeah.
gonna see.
And I stole it, so I should actually steal a point from you. So it should be 3 to 3.
No. That's not how it works.
It was 4, and yeah. Okay.
How many other points is she
according
trying to
to
steal? Sorry.
according to our lesson today, forgiveness is not taking the blank for the wrong. No one. Yeah.
It's not taking the blame.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Connor is slowly getting there. He's at 3 and 4.
Don't call
Okay.
it a comeback.
According to our lesson today, forgiveness is blank. Those who hurt me.
Forgiveness is blank those who hurt me. Blessing.
Yes.
Oh!
Okay, they are at
That was a tough one.
tie.
That was a tough
Okay,
one.
let's see who is going to get this one correct. Okay, last question.
I did have 5.
You did have 5?
I had to have 5 because this is the last question. He could get 5.
There's only 9.
There's only 9.
Oh no, Pastel's right. There's 10. So you did have 5.
I had 5.
So actually,
We're either
Pastel
gonna
is
tie?
in the lead. So it's going to be a tie or Pastel is gonna win. Okay, ready?
Okay.
I'm ready for this now.
Okay.
I know.
Hey, in the middle. Okay, ready. Where was our power verse found?
Ah!
Romans 8. 1.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
I was
it
hoping
was a
you
tie.
forgot.
So they tied, but I know you guys probably did a great job, and hopefully you won too. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Hey, and that is all that we have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's lesson. We love you and can't wait to see you soon. Bye.